wow, it is bright in your studio. Did you replace the bulbs with like fucking halogens?
No.
But I do notice that the light is more diffuse, which is much better. I like how you've angled it up so that it's reflecting down rather than right on you. That looks good.
And it's like 10,000 degrees if it shines at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could probably get a suntan from just that one light, not counting that one or that one or that one.
Yeah, more diffuse light is definitely better. And I look fucking fantastic.
You always look fantastic. Let's not lie to ourselves. You are the most beautiful woman in the world.
Aww.
So, that light is...
a million fucking...
Oh my God.
I can't even look at it. It's like...
I know. And then I'm sitting here, depending upon when I make my videos,
yeah,
I'm getting no natural light from the window at all. And so if I'm filming at night, I have to take that light, the entire light post and everything, and I put it outside my studio door there. And I have it just shining at me. And then still... I mean, it burns to your retinas or something with your eyes because you're just like, I want to cry. I mean, it hurts so bad. I mean, and that thing is supposed to be natural light. I mean, I guess if you're on the surface of the sun,
yeah,
it is very natural to be wanting to feel like you want to run for your life. So. Yeah, it is hot as hell. Why do we live here?
Well, I because my job really isn't marketable anyplace else.
You have lots of experience and education. We could go anywhere else but here.
Yeah, that's true.
What? I mean, besides your mom is here. I mean, there is nothing really else that keeps us here. We could go to a cooler climate, a much cooler climate, and look.
You know, the dads do.
We're only.
Live.
Yeah, I know. We're only in the first day or so, a couple days of July, and we know by the end of August, we all just want to
I'll be dead.
Yeah,
I will be deceased.
I know. And every year it gets that way. It just gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Yeah, we're not in the. We're only right now we're 90 today, but the humidity is what gets you. To, like days like this.
Yeah, I gotta work in it.
I know.
In an anti-contamination suit.
I am truly sorry about that.
Sometimes they put me right in the sun.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did they give you a Diet Dr. Pepper?
No, I don't even get to bring it that. In fact, there's no eating or drinking, where contamination.
Oh, really?
Is. Yeah, they.
Nothing.
No.
Not air cooled. No, nothing. I bought a respirator with cold air. Anything? Nothing.
No, I mean, sometimes I have a respirator, but it's not supplied air. It's just
not like
yeah.
It's not like filtered through an ice chest or something.
Oh god, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm just gonna stay here, right here in the suit.
Yeah.
Nice and cool. Yeah. But as we move on through this month and then into August, that's when the temperatures get hotter and they get drier. Then we have that dry heat for most of the month of August.
Yeah, well, that's actually better.
It just sucks.
Yeah, humid heat is worse for you.
Speaking
of, we should save this conversation for after you start that video so we can talk about heat health.
Heat health?
Yeah.
What is heat health?
Monitoring how you're feeling during hot temperatures.
I feel shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about people in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
What else should we talk about?
Well, no. What else? What are the other signs of heat health?
Oh yeah, well, like if you feel like your pulse is starting to race, like most people can't obviously be measuring their pulse while they're just out and about, but do you feel like your pulse is racing? Do you feel nauseous? Are you starting to get a headache? Are you sweating a lot? What's even worse is if you stop sweating. Yeah, because that's when you've moved from, heat. You're just being impacted by the heat. That's heat stress. When you stop sweating, you've moved into heat stroke territory.
What if you don't ever start?
Sweating?
Yeah.
Well, then there's something seriously wrong with you and you should get out of the fucking sun.
Like when it's hot like this, all I want to do is curl up in a freezer.
No, I agree with you there. Yeah, curling up in a freezer feels, lovely.
Or a bedroom. It's like the closest,
Well, that's because I like to keep it at like meat locker temperatures.
Right. Yeah. I mean that's what I want to do.
Well, as one should.
I can't take naps. I just can. I can never been able to really do it. But my God, I'm telling you, when it's 155 degrees outside here, I mean, that meat locker or temperature that you keep the bedroom, I mean, looks mighty tempting.
Right?
Because I don't have a walk-in freezer to curl up in.
Push the go button.
Oh, it's been recording this
What
whole
do you mean?
Yeah.
It's been recording while I've been all like, damn, I look good.
Yeah. Since you sat down, it's been recording. All right, I gotta put on my eyes.
Oh, wait. Hi, and welcome to the Taco Podcast. I'm Crystal. This is Will, and you are our lovely audience on this gorgeous. What day do we do these?
Well, this is Friday.
Yeah, no, but like what day do we release it?
Oh, Saturday.
On this lovely Saturday, 4th of July.
Yeah.
So,
It is
since
Independence Day, and we don't even have to fight aliens today.
That's what you think. Since it's the 4th of
early.
July, in addition to talking about heat health, like we just did, tips for fireworks safety.
Summer heat wave. That's number one on the list.
Oh. Don't stick your face directly over your fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if
Age appropriate fireworks as well. Don't hand your kid, a firework that's bigger than their goddamn head and say, "Here, light this, little Timmy."
Yeah, also keep in mind that even kid-safe fireworks can have a risk of injury.
More kids are harmed and burned every year from sparklers.
Yeah, they do cause burning, and once the sparklers, like they I don't remember exactly how hot they get, but they can get really freaking hot.
Well, I mean, it is a flame. It's basically gunpowder on a stick.
Yeah, and especially if your kids are wearing synthetic fabrics, if it gets on their clothes, you've got the double of the heat, and then also it can melt those synthetic fabrics, and then it adheres to the skin. So, double problems. Keep an eye on that. Personally, I always advocate for natural fabrics if you can. Cottons, linens, cotton linen blends. I love myself a cotton silk blend.
Have a couple of 5-gallon buckets handy.
Mm-hmm.
One to actually throw the firework in after it's gone off, to soak it, to make sure you don't start a forest fire or burn your house down.
Yeah.
And the second, in case you do have a fire, you've got a 5-gallon bucket of water right there to be able to throw on something.
Yeah, if you can
Either you set yourself on fire or you set something else on fire.
Small fires can become a big problem really quick. So if you can get it to handled when it's small, that's great. Also, if you're able to, soak your lawn and wet your roof beforehand, especially if you live in packed neighborhoods, because just because you're being responsible doesn't mean your neighbors are.
I can guarantee you our neighbors are not going to be.
Yeah. Also, if you have people in your neighborhood that have mobility issues, maybe see if you can help them out.
If you have neighbors with PTSD, and probably not go with the loud fireworks.
It's
if you have
really
neighbors
hard.
with pets, dogs, cats, whatever, maybe not go with the loud bang bang fireworks.
Yeah. When we went fireworks shopping, we tried really hard to find stuff that didn't have strobes. Didn't have loud, like crackles. I know everybody's different, but those ones that do that high-pitched whistling sound.
Yeah, whistling Pete's.
I hate those.
Yeah, I hate whistling Pete's.
It's the freaking worst.
And they're so cheap, and our neighbors are going to light off like 1,000 of them tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
we're doing start Saturday as we release this.
Well, yeah, our neighbors have been, starting a fight with this guy for the last 4 or 5 days. But yeah, so it was difficult finding fireworks that fit the bill. One of the little packs we found, because I personally like the little fountains. You can just set up a couple of little fountains, and then a few more. You get a little variety. I like the little fountains. It's hard to find. I don't know if it's just me but I feel like you can't really find a lot of them anymore. There used to be a pretty big variety when you went looking, at least in our area for fireworks. Pretty big variety of the little fountains, and you could get and they're like between $2 and $5 a piece, just little guys, right? Not finding them so much anymore.
When it came to cost of fireworks, I mean, did you notice the increase in prices?
No, but we went. We
Oh, you guys went to the went to
Yeah.
the Native American reservation and bought their fireworks because it's legal.
Well, first off, we bought stuff that was still legal here, but because it is cheaper and
Because you don't have to pay the tax man.
yes, yeah, and there's another cost reduction buying them buying them from tribal owned stands rather than
Yeah, they don't have to pay the tariffs.
No, it's not. No, I think they still do, don't they?
Nope.
Do they?
They're a sovereign nation.
I think they still have.
Sovereign. But okay, according
Okay,
to
yeah,
according
I mean,
to our
that could be
county commissioner or whatever, he wrote in the paper that he wants to take away their sovereign nation's tax exempt status because they buy so much and sell it to anybody with the who comes onto their reservations. Of course, why not? We stole their fucking land. I mean, at least let them have some money. But, anyways, he wants to take away their sovereignty and their because they don't have to pay taxes. Now, I don't know if that's everywhere in the nation, but it is definitely here.
Mm.
So they're not paying the Trump tariffs. They're not paying the regular import taxes, and they're coming in. They're buying directly for their nation. They're buying wholesale, basically.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
it was
breaking it down, and selling it to you.
It was a pretty cool setup. But yeah, we did make sure to buy stuff that was legal for us to shoot off in our area. But there was I noticed they had a lot more variety than what we found around here. And I don't know if it's just the stands I normally shop at or what, but
Well, you guys did drive an hour and a half away from here.
yeah, no, but it's like the people at the stands, they were just like super helpful. I talked to the guy at the first stand we went to. I was like, we've got people who are going to be at our house who are sensitive. They can have triggered seizures, so we're looking for stuff that doesn't have strobing lights. Also, I hate these whistling sounds; they're obnoxious as heck. I
have a child on the autism spectrum.
Yeah, so gave him all that
neurodiversity.
information, and he was super helpful. He pointed out a variety of fireworks that fit what we were looking for. I did told him, that I like the little ones, and they didn't have a whole lot of the little ones like I like either, but they did have little packs of little ones. And he found one, and he was like, they've all got some stuff that strobes in it, but this one's only has 2 things that strobe in it, so it's easy for you to just like keep the rest and like maybe give those one to your neighbors or whatever.
No.
And
I
then
hate our neighbors.
they gave us like a couple of extra fountains as we were leaving, just to say thanks for
That's
for
cool.
shopping there. Yeah, and then we left there, and we were actually leaving because that place was like really highly rated. So we went there. It was great. Like I said, the customer service was amazing. And then we were leaving, and we actually got turned around because I turned where I wasn't supposed to turn, and I was like, I don't even know where I'm going. And we drove, and then we found literally like a fireworks mall. There was like 10 booths set up.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing. Like I said, there was like 10 booths. There was food trucks. There was music. I'm pretty sure there was a band. We didn't stay very long because Taco said that he had work to do and we needed to leave. But
Yeah, he said that before he left. He has to finish up his video.
He had a project he was doing. He was doing some kind of animation, some kind of Portal 2 thing. That's his new thing, is Portal 2. He beat both Portal and Portal 2, and he absolutely loves it. He's making music about it. He's making animations about it. He made a mod for what is it? Baldi's Basics. He made another Baldi's Basics mod where instead of students, it's
These are games.
where instead of students, it's all little personality cores from Portal, where the students were. Anyways,
Cool.
long story short, we had a fun family trip, and we got a fair amount of fun, and the price tag was not as much as it was
Locally?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, we'll see how he handles it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's always kind of up in the air.
That's
He
always
loves
kind of
fireworks, but
it's hit or miss. Yeah, he does, and he likes the idea of it more. He likes to see them being lit off, but loud noises, bright lights and stuff like that, do
yeah, it can
definitely.
be kind of hit or miss. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes he's all about the fireworks, but sometimes he's just hit his limit and he's done.
Yep, and then it's like shutdown time.
So what's next on our list?
Summer camp.
Oh yeah, summer camp. He loves summer camp.
Summer camp, summer camp, summer camp, summer camp, summer
It's
camp.
just a day. It's a day camp. It's not an overnight thing. So he goes for about 6 hours a day, I think is what it is. But yeah, he absolutely loves it.
They do all kinds of activities. They just swim. They do arts and crafts. They go to last week they went to a petting zoo. The week before that they went to the movies to see. Was it Toy Story 5 or something?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Toy Story 600, whichever one they're on now.
I can't remember what number they're on, but it's some movie, and they really enjoy that. I think one of the things that he really enjoys about it is there's others, who are on the spectrum with him, that he can he understands. It's like, look, it's not overstimulating. They don't rush them, but they do have timelines that they set up for trying to get every activities done. And if it happens that not everything gets done the day, they just we'll add that to tomorrow. So
yeah, no, that's good.
it's like last week they were supposed to make mud pies. It's like something with ice cream and broken up Oreos, but they never got to it, so they moved it to this Friday.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And, but it's costly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind of pricey. But when you're talking about summer camp for special needs kids, the camp counselor to camper ratio is significantly tighter than it is. It's like I think it's like one camp counselor to every 2 or 3 kids, I think it is, and then some kids that are there have like a one-on-one counselor. So I mean, it's an amazing program.
I went when I was a kid. I went to camp. It was overnight camp, but it was like one camp counselor to 8,000 kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it was just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we would see them sitting around a bonfire, and we're all like, "Do we get to eat today?" It's like
my summer camp was a little bit better than that. I mean, I went to I was a member of the Campfire Girls, so Campfire
Girls.
Campfire kicks ass,
Ooh, you hoity-toity.
Yeah. But
hoity-toity camp.
Sometimes I when you take the bug kid and you put her in the woods, there's a chance she's going to get lost and show back up out of the forest like 4 hours later with a handful of insects she's found.
I thought you were going to say that you went to was camp. I'm having a senior moment here.
Camp Crystal Lake.
Yes. I was like Camp Crystal. You went to Camp Crystal. Yeah, Camp Crystal Lake. Did you go there?
Yeah.
I did. If you don't get that reference, that's okay. That means that you're not as twisted and as weird as we are.
Yeah, I went to coding camp one time too when I was a little kid.
Coding camp?
Yeah, they had a little coding camp for kids.
I don't think I could ever go to a coding camp.
Oh.
I mean, but I did go to. I can't remember the name of the camp, but yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks of camp. We did canoeing, and like some kid almost drowned while we were canoeing. We were like, "How the hell do you drown while canoeing?"
No, I think that's standard. I think at every away camp, at least one kid has to try to drown.
Right? I mean, like, I just remember them. They all jumped out of their boats and they swam over to them. They dragged them to shore, and the water just spitting out of his mouth. And I was like, "Oh my god!" The kid came real close to drowning. And we're like, "How the hell do you drown while canoeing?" Did he fall out of the boat and nobody bothered to go back for him? Did he not hold on to the side of the boat? Was he trying to swim out to the boat? We don't know. I don't remember. But then they sent us all home because the kid almost died. So it was like, I think it was 2 weeks. We did all kinds of stupid things that you'd never do.
You do remember?
They didn't give us any we didn't do archery or anything like that. We went on like a lot of nature hikes, and like had to identify flowers based on a piece of paper, and these were the old black and white copies. The ones that weren't black and white, they were bluish black. Okay, that's before your time. See,
Babe, what did dinosaurs actually look like?
Well, nothing like the stuff that you see in Jurassic Park. Okay?
Did they really have feathers?
Yes, there were some that had feathers. I'm not that old. I look like it, but I'm not that old. Okay, I'm old.
What's next on your list?
All right. Just adjusting to changing schedules. This was more about summer camp, and changing schedules from school, summer camp, and then changing schedules again, going back when school comes back up.
I don't think because summer camp is a day camp, it actually makes it a little bit easier because he goes to summer camp on the same kind of week schedule that he would go to school, so it's a daily thing.
Yeah, and what's really cool about it is they definitely put that into place because it starts about the same time he would go to school and it ends at the same time.
Yeah, so it definitely helps with consistency, and I think part of that is because it's a camp for special needs kids. So they do know how sometimes switching schedules can be difficult, so they do a lot to maintain.
Yeah, but he gets into a routine Saturday morning. He's like, he wakes up, getting ready to go to camp, and I'm like, oh, it's Saturday, buddy. Oh, okay. But he's actually really, really good at knowing what day of the week it is. Mm-hmm. More than me. Yeah, well, that's which is kind of scary.
Saturday and Sunday are no pants days. So.
Well, we got pants on today.
Well, that's because we were going to get fireworks.
Yeah, but.
And even that, he had it on the schedule.
Right. Because I saw him come in the door and off the shirt with the shirt went immediately.
No, he hates clothes.
Yeah. All right. Next is upcoming birthday for the old taco man.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna get old.
Be 10 entire years.
10
hitting
years
the double
old.
Digits.
Put him down. Better sign him up for his Medicare and everything else till he's 10.
Yeah.
10 years old. Yeah. That's kind of hard to believe that it's been 10 years. So it just goes by like that. 1 minute, he's so reliant upon us for everything, and now he doesn't want our help unless it's cooking him something.
No, he's so tiny.
And even then, he's trying to replace me, with me, cooking for him. He wants to learn how to cook his own food.
So he's so tiny, and
he's not tiny.
Super tiny.
You just remember him being tiny. In case you don't know, William was a preemie, a very tiny preemie, but he was a preemie all the same. How old was he?
He was born at 34 weeks, 35 weeks. He was
early. He was definitely a preemie. And he spent what, month?
Yeah, just about a month in the
NICU. But now he's almost as tall as his mom, and he's 10. She's not a midget. I know a lot of people think that she's 4'6". No, that's Taco. He's 4'6". She's actually, a little bit taller than that. She's got about a head on him right now in height. And then, but Crystal has little Velociraptor arms. I can't reach it.
It's my fault. My arms are little.
Because you're small. But the other day, Crystal got her own sippy cup out of the cabinet. No. Give me back my water.
No. You can't have it.
I want my water back.
Well, then you should.
Oh, wait a minute. I have arms that can reach across the table. You don't. But anyways, yeah. So upcoming birthday, his birthday party, here in what, a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna be 10 years old. 10 years old going into the 4th grade. Wow. Well, then again, you think about it. I mean, think of how old our daughter is. I mean, where did those years go? I mean, you could have killed me and been out on parole and traded me in for 2, 20s. Yeah.
What kind of time and energy do you think I have?
Well, no, they would take care of everything for you.
Oh.
You could have one that just sits there with a feather, fan and fans you,
Anyways.
while the other one massages your feet.
What's next on your list?
All right, growing independence. I was just talking about that a little. He's trying to all the things that we used to do for him that we had to do for him since being born. I mean, he's trying to replace, and he's trying to grow. And he's not trying; he is growing and getting more independent. So it starts off, something as simple as making, waffles or toast, and now he's scrambling eggs, and and soon he's going to replace me making his soup for him, and then he's off to the races.
Yeah.
And might as well hand him the car keys the day he makes his own soup. Say, here's my credit card too. I mean, that'll probably happen in the next 6 weeks. Yeah. And he's gonna realize then that Daddy's got MacBook money. He just doesn't want to give it to me. He really wants a MacBook Pro.
Yes, he does.
Because it's more for running his editing program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, than anything else. All right, what's new with Crystal is the next one.
Nothing really.
What's new with Crystal?
Yeah, nothing really.
Working?
Yeah, same.
School? When does school start again?
August, into August.
End of August, school starts again for Crystal. Anything new? Playing an exciting video game?
No, I'm not playing an excited video game. I'm playing a very chill video game. It's called Palia. It's very relaxing. It's an
how's
MMO.
your health? Any of your numbers down?
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah?
My liver enzymes, I mean, they're not back to where they should be, but they are half of what they were. Half.
Yeah. Along with that, anything else positive happening? Health-wise? Stress-wise? Body-wise? Nose?
Oh, I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so is there anything new with Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah, just those things.
Yeah,
Huh?
through the magic of modern medication.
And you haven't killed me yet.
No, that's true. No, Monjuro has been amazing. Like I said, my liver enzymes are down to half of what they were. I've got significantly more energy than I used to have. Yeah, it's just... my doctor says it's because it allows my body to use the energy that I have more efficiently rather than beforehand, because I'm insulin resistant. Rather than beforehand, basically, like, I would have this energy in my system, but my body just wasn't able to use it, or, it took much more effort for my body to use it, which is why I was lethargic and not feeling as well. And so part of the reason why I have more energy and stuff like that is because my body's able to use the fuel I'm giving it, whereas beforehand it wasn't able to use it, which is, again, just like amazing. But also, in addition to that, new research, or possibly older research shows that it has protective properties for your heart, kidneys. It helps prevent disease. It's just... But as far as, like, my liver enzymes, like, I feel so much better. My liver enzymes are just trending down amazingly, and it's just been, And I still don't understand why I had to fight my insurance so hard. I'm like, I'm diabetic, I have stage F4 liver fibrosis, like I am hitting every marker for this medication being effective.
Well, there's again, why is there no cure for cancer? Because there's no money in it. There's no money in the cure for cancer.
That is,
there's no money in the cure for cancer. What there is money in is treating people and prolonging their illness and suffering.
before we continue, I would like to say
You know that though.
cancer is not one disease. It is literally hundreds of different diseases.
I know.
That
I'm just making a general statement though.
Speaking of though, did you hear that they have a vaccine that helps prevent pancreatic cancer?
Is that the butthole cancer?
No, your pancreas is that would be colon cancer, or I guess anal cancer, because they're different. Like the colon cancer is like inside, but you can get cancer of the anus.
I know. I just watched a documentary about a guy who had it, and they like tore all of it in its lower track out.
And it's called a resection.
Yeah,
it's basically where they like cut and then
they
move it down.
They did, and it wouldn't heal. It kept on regressing back in. It was the most graphic thing I've ever seen. I was not even looking for that documentary. I was looking for a documentary about Patrick Swayze, and he had he died of what?
Colon cancer?
Was it pancreatic?
Pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic? Yeah.
It's like we talked about
I was going down that rabbit hole, and then I found this guy dying of butthole cancer, and the documentary for that.
But we have.
I'm sorry for my graphic use of the word butthole cancer.
We don't.
I'm not making light of it. I know that it's serious, but
we don't have cures for cancers, but we have. Well, I'm going to take that. I'm going to put this over here for now. We have preventions for cancers. We can prevent pancreatic cancer now. We can prevent 98% of cervical cancers now with the HPV vaccine.
I know.
Yeah. We can prevent a number.
I was stopping my 12-year-old brain from saying
sunscreen can help prevent against melanoma. What? We have lots of preventions, but when cancer actually develops, and keeping in mind there's so many different factors that go into whether or not somebody develops cancer. Environment and genetics, while having certain genetics increases
access to healthcare,
money.
Yeah.
People who have money tend to live in cleaner areas. There is less industrial waste.
Better access to better doctors, better treatments,
better preventions.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why the strongest indicator for positive health outcomes is socioeconomic status, because people of means
here coming soon
can afford it.
To a community near you. All you need is green slime and to avoid acetaminophen. And then you'll be cancer free, and we'll cure the world of everything, because that's as simple as it is. Green slime. Vitamin B12. I forgot about the vitamin B12. And, avoiding acetaminophen. Cures everything. I'm sure he'll add something else tomorrow.
I'm trying to not be mad. Why you got to bring that up?
All right. Last thing on the paper. All right. The news section that each week, I put it out to everyone in the community, and for those who know us. These are not just like, I'm sorry, this is not for, these questions are not coming from viewers of the actual podcast itself, but people who we know. And I asked them, I picked 5 different ones, so this is week 1. I've got 4 more after this. So each podcast with you, we're going to answer one of these questions. So the question is for you first and then me. What do you think is the biggest myth about neurodivergency in our son?
In our son specifically, or neurodivergency?
The neurodivergency in our son.
Wait, let me read that. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not a trick question. What do you think is the biggest myth about his neurodivergency?
I don't know. I don't think I've really thought about it, really. Why don't you go first?
Okay, that he's stupid.
Wow, who said that?
I hear it all the time about children and our son and people who are on the autism spectrum, that they lack the ability or to be able to learn, and therefore they are basically stupid, and they will be stupid their entire lives. I have heard that more than anything else, and it's a wonder that I'm not in jail for punching every one of those the people in the throat. I have actually, I know people who we are both very close to who have asked the question about his educational level and where he's at, and is he able to do this? Is he able to do that? And I know that they mean no ill intentions, but they still ask the question in a way that's like, hey, just how dumb is your son? Or that's how it's being perceived to me and to other people listening to him. And I've actually asked them back afterwards, like, why would you ask that question? That is wrong. There is nothing about our son, and that would be a myth, is that he is not as intelligent as others. No, he's not the freaking Rain Man that can count 10,000 toothpicks that get dropped on the floor, but he excels in so many areas, and he is at level with everyone else his age and excels in other areas that I find amazing, that I cannot do myself at this age, late stage of my life. I still can't grasp or figure out how to do. And he just like, oh, boom, 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 he does it. So now, your turn.
Yeah, I don't know. You kind of made me mad with that one. I'm a little, a little bit steamy. A little bit steamy about that. So I don't think I'm actually going to say anything. Well, I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to address the idea of intellect on a broad scale, not just about neurodivergent people, but intellect across the board. In my personal opinion, smarts, intellect isn't your ability to remember things or your ability to count to 100 or look at a pile of beans, right? I personally think that the truest measure of intellect should be a person's ability to synthesize new information in new ways and to see how it adapts to the world as they know it. And I don't think that's anything that we can really measure
how do you quantify that?
Yeah, how do you quantify whether or not you learn a new fact and can integrate that into your world in new and novel ways? I don't think that you really can, but I think...
maybe you can put it on a scan sheet, and hey, answer this question. Which one is...
Yeah, like maybe, but like with all stuff. So like with IQ tests as they are currently our best way of figuring out how smart a person is. I'm just going to be wearing these air quotes out.
Right.
There's everywhere.
Do you know who Professor Hart is? H-A-R-T?
No.
Oh, he's I think he has a doctorate in neuropathology or something like that. But he has spent a lot of years working on studying people who are not what you call normal parts of society. He has studied psychopaths, sociopaths, autism, and people who are on the Down syndrome spectrum. So they have different neurodivergencies, through them all. And he's the one that came up with the actual test and the test criteria to see if someone is an actual sociopath or psychopath, and the pathology behind that. Because before, they had scientists all over the world, studying and saying, oh yeah, this is a psychopath, but they didn't meet the psychopath, criteria, in Scotland or in the United States. But Hart, he actually did a lot of studies, and his group and his hospital on those who are on the autism spectrum, and a vast majority of them pick up and learn at the same rate as everyone else, or even more. But again, it comes down to being able to express the information in a meaningful way that society can understand that you know it.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a communication issue.
Well, like I was, when I was talking about IQ tests, there's a problem with a lot of IQ. Historically, we've gotten better at it. We're better at doing the tests in a way that has less bias to it. But historically, IQ testing was extremely biased. It was written from a white guy point of view, and when you were applying an IQ test to somebody from a different culture, and even within cultures, but different aspects of that culture that are not familiar with the way the test is phrased or terminology within that test. Like if somebody asked me how many bushels make up or whatever, I'd be like, what the fuck is a bushel? I don't know what is in a bushel. There's so much information I'm lacking to figure it out. I would. And a lot of people did. They weren't good. They're still not perfect. And, back to my original point about how do you synthesize new information and integrate it into your worldview? I don't know that there's a way that we could test that in a way that wasn't biased one way or another. There's how do you capture something that is going to be honestly somewhat subjective? That's a whole lot of words to say. I think intellect, as we view it as a society, isn't accurate. I also think some people choose to act stupid, and I think that's wrong.
Right. Well, we know some of them, but when it comes to the education, at the IQ, I'm on the board of if you need to know something and you've shown and proven that you know the information and you know how to use that information correctly, I don't give a shit where you are on some stupid standardized IQ test. I would absolutely fail if they asked me anything above like a fourth grade math question. I just don't see the need for it. I mean, did I take all the math I was supposed to? That and some in college, which was, I'm never going to use trigonometry or algebra even in my line of work. I never used it professionally in any job I had before what I'm doing now. It doesn't mean that I'm stupid. I mean, it certainly doesn't mean to anybody else who didn't take it is stupid.
No, and people have aptitude. I think that this is, when we talk about how smart a person is, I think we often focus on deficits rather than focusing on aptitude. I might not be great at some things, but I'm fucking locked in others.
Well, at the same time though, people use that that deficit of one person to where they have that that strength, and they're like, ha, I'm better than you because you have that deficit, I don't.
Yeah.
And they like to point that out and use it as like a stepping stone. Like, I'm better than that person. I know how to speak Klingon and you don't. I mean, I'm just using it as another example.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I think
I don't know how to speak Klingon.
If we shift, let's see, language influences how we think, and if we switch the language to focusing on aptitude and where people excel, I feel like, and maybe I'm just being hopeful, but I feel like that will lead to a change where as a society we're not focusing so much on what somebody can't do or where they struggle, which I think would benefit everybody, not just neurodivergent people.
All right. That is all of our topics that on here. Is there anything else you wanna discuss? How about my ever-growing addiction to liquid death.
The LaCroix. Yeah.
I got, and I got one in the fridge now. I got 3 cases.
You know what? As long as you're drinking water. Speaking of, we're gonna sign off on this. Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. Water is very important. Temperatures are increasing, and dehydration can catch up with you a lot faster than you think. Those early signs, it's not just feeling sluggish or feeling bad. You have a headache. You just feel a little off. Get those early signs of dehydration.
Don't get them. Understand them.
Understand. drink your water. Just sometimes you just gotta slug. One thing I've been doing to try and make sure that I stay hydrated is I take water with me when I leave to work, and I try to make sure that I finish that water before I get to work. I try to bring one with me when I leave work. It's not the best system, but do what you can to work something
That's
into
more
your
water than you right there, and you've consumed in your entire life. And I know that there is soda water in there.
There's water in it.
There is soda water in your soda, but everything else in there, right? Okay.
Stay hydrated and stay safe out there.
Good. Whatever you do, don't get heat stroke.
Yeah, don't get heat stroke. You're not
sucks.
gonna like it. And if you've ever had heat stroke before, you are more susceptible in the future. So if you or somebody in your family,
Really?
yes,
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I got heat stroke when I was in the service.
well, stay out of the sun.
But I'm out in the sun all the time.
No more sun for you.
Not too bad.
No,
That's where they make the golf courses.
Well,
It's
then-
outside.
I guess no more golf for you then.
Oh. Oh, honey.
Also, on that note, lots of medications
Oh, yeah.
can make you more susceptible to heat stroke. They can inhibit your body's ability to disperse heat. They can limit your body's ability to detect when you are becoming overheated. So if you do take medications, maybe check on that, or again, just preemptively make sure you stay hydrated, plenty of shade, plenty of cooling. Keep an eye on your core temperature if you can. Not everybody can. Your pulse rate is an excellent example, and whether or not you're sweating. If you stop sweating, that is a major red flag.
If you have a couple hand towels in your house that you're not using currently, like you have like a decorative one that's in the bathroom, for you guys out there, take your wife's decorative towel out of the bathroom, soak it wet, and then put that in the refrigerator and rotate it out. Put one around the back of your neck, and then rotate them out as that one dries out and cools off. It'll help. It helps immensely drop your body temperature. But we're not doctors, so don't take anything that we have to say as medical advice. And it's not just medications that are prescribed to you. Over-the-counter medications can do this to you as well. Mm-hmm. So be safe out there. And
some recreational things. I
don't think marijuana is going to give people heat stroke.
No, I was talking broadly about all of the.
Yeah, they're eating nachos on the.
Yeah, I was talking broadly about all kinds of recreational things. And people still do nose key. Is that what the kids call it these days? Nose count, blow? What are they?
Cocaine.
Yeah. What
do they call it? I don't know. What do the young whippersnappers call cocaine these days? Do they call it blow?
We don't make blow money, so who knows?
that drug's way out of our league. I mean, we're barely able to keep wine money. Bye.